Well, happy Friday evening. I just wanted to share something with you real quick. Yesterday I talked about Vice President Kamala Harris. Today I want to talk about President-elect Trump. One of the reasons I admire President Trump and something that we all can get from him is no matter what the odds are, if you still keep fighting, keep trying, you're going to win. Think about it. He had state governments against him. All the odds were against him, and he came back and won via a landslide. And this is one of his books that I've read, The Art of the Deal. If you've never read any of his books, I would encourage you to read this. This is a very good read. There is an excerpt in well, there's a part in there where he's talking to his daughter when she's a little girl. They're walking down the street, and it's when he's going through a very hard time, and he's down and out. He's pretty much broke, and he's walking his daughter down the street there, and he points to a homeless guy. He says, "Hey, sweetheart, you see that homeless guy?" She's like, "Yeah, Daddy, I see him." He's like, "Right now, that guy has more money than I do," and that was the truth because his business is built on loans, a lot of debt, and so forth, and he has cash, but to build real estate in general is a lot of debt, especially in the beginning or huge projects. It takes a lot of other people's money to get things rolling. But anyway, if you get a chance to read his book, I don't get anything out of it, of course, but President Select Trump is one of my favorites. I really look up to him because we've all been down and out sometimes, and you think when you're down and out, think about what he's been through recently, all the persecution he's been through throughout his entire life, and look at where he is now. He won. So that's what I want you to get out of this is sometimes when you think you're down and out, like the saying goes, there's someone else 1,000 times worse off than you are. Also, the saying goes, there'll be another day. There's always sunshine after rain, and it's the truth. And as you get to know me, as I share more stories with you, I pretty much, when I was small, I was pretty much abandoned by my parents and had only my grandmother and aunt to live with, and I got ridiculed a lot, you know, by people that I really admired and looked up to. They would ridicule me behind my back. I'm a small child just abandoned by my parents, and they would make fun of that. You know, it just shows you how cruel people can be, especially to a child. You know, one of the lowest points in my life where I should have had and shown compassion, I was ridiculed. But it's okay. It just made me a stronger person, and it wised me up at an early age. But on the other hand, I also had people that were extremely kind and generous to me as well. So, you know, I mean, look at me. I was abandoned by my parents. A lot of sad stories that I will share later. But either way, I still made it. I'm doing fantastic now. I'm doing awesome. You know, I was previously married. I'm divorced now, but um, in the beginning, our marriage was pretty rough. We're great. We're good friends now. We are good friends, but in the beginning, that I had to let a lot of stuff go that I had went through in that marriage. You know, what I want to share is sometimes a lot of men are out there and they're in bad situations because they love their children and they don't want to be separated from their children. And some people can use that to their advantage sometimes, especially, you share that with people and they know that's a weak spot with you. Like me, I will never abandon my children because I know what it's like to be abandoned. So, but anyway, either way, I've been through a lot of dark situations and I made it through. And that's what I want to share with you. No matter what you're going through in life, trust me, there's always sunshine on the other side. and all you got to do is face it and move on, and keep a smile on your face. Stay positive, and if you do that, I promise you, you're going to get everything you want in life. You're going to get what you deserve. Also, finally, another dark story. There was a kid that we grew up with in my school. I remember him specifically. I was like third, fourth grade. We all remember him. We thought he had vitiligo, but those are actually burn marks. We never knew that as kids. We just thought it was vitiligo. But just by happenstance, decades later, my newspaper, Fayetteville Observer, my hometown newspaper, they put in there that that they told his story, and what it was is when he was a child, his mother's boyfriend woke them up in the middle of the night, poured gasoline on all of him and his brothers and sisters and mom, his whole family, and set them on fire. And he was the only survivor. And like I said, we were in third and fourth grade. And here's this kid, he's smiling, he's being a kid, he's living his life, he's doing everything on his own. But the story in the paper was is he later on, he had, decades later, he had got into problems with drugs. But before that, he was a cheerful guy. But the thing is, if he can survive something like that, imagine you're a kid. So let's say third, fourth grade, that you're about maybe 7, 8 years old, 9 years old at the most. And somebody wakes you up in the middle of the night, you and your family that you love dearly, because you're an innocent child, so you love them. And he wakes you up, pours gasoline on you, and sets all of you afire, and you wake up and you're the only survivor. And you're still able to survive through that, which he did. He was fine, we all knew him, growing up. He was part of the neighborhood, nobody never we never made fun of him. Like I said, we all thought he had vitiligo or something. He was a good guy. And we never knew his story. He never talked about it or anything. But lo and behold, just by chance, one day I was online looking at my hometown paper, and there was his story. And probably all my friends that I grew up with now, some of them they never knew. Nobody never knew. But what I'm telling you is, no matter what you go through in life, you can survive it. Just face it and survive it, and you can go on. I hope you get something out of this. As you're going out, I'll tell you more stuff, that I've gone through in life myself. But I'm hoping to at least cheer someone up and give them enough fuel to push on. Because think about it, if an 8-year-old child can go through something like that and still come to school every day, smiling and carrying on just like every other kid, you can dang sure do it. You can push through whatever you're going through. Also, on that note, man or woman, if you're in a bad relationship, all the more reason to get out of it, because I can tell you, bad relationships usually progress, especially if they're physical. It usually progresses. It doesn't slow down. So I just wanted to share that with you. It just came to mind today. And like I said, if you have a chance, you want to read President-elect Trump's Trump's book. It's a really good book. It's a real great motivator. It taught me a lot about money, how money works, finance works. Also, it taught me that even if you're at the top, you're a wealthy billionaire. You can have them times when you're broke. But as like time went on in my life, I learned, no matter how much money you make, you can always have dry spells. Trust me, I've made a lot of money in my time, and there have been dry spells. So hopefully you get something out of this. There'll be more. I'm trying to learn how to put this in a format that you can enjoy more. But there'll be a lot of knowledge on this page. So hopefully you get something out of this, and I will talk to you next time. Like I said, get a chance, read his book. It's really a good motivator. Stick with my page. There'll be a lot more. Um, But like I said, whatever you're going through, there's always light on the other side. Take care. I'll see you next time.